Okay, hi guys, here we go again with part 2 for the Blackpink reading, but this time this is going to be more about their careers, and I actually have some questions that I'm interested in, so hopefully you guys don't get too mad if I don't answer your questions. These are just questions that I've been asked or I'm very interested in knowing, I will say, like, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you already saw part 1, and that was crazy. When I tell you it was crazy, it was crazy. I was not expecting none of that to come out in that reading about, the girls, like, I guess you could say almost like their friendship dynamic, or just, it's mostly was just a card pull for their current feelings towards each other, at that moment. And I was flabbergasted. I didn't expect them to have these type of feelings for each other. I thought they were like cool. It's like I don't feel overly negative energy, even though a few people I feel like it's more about I don't like F with you, like we're not cool like that. It feels more like that. It doesn't feel too personal. It don't feel too personal. I don't know. I'm still very perplexed, which I'm going to be pulling cards on this too, on how all three of the members, Jisoo, Jennie, and Rose, seems to have some type of issue with Lisa. Either like they don't like how she carries herself, they don't like her personality, or mostly they just don't trust her. Like they do not trust her. They think she's fake. That's something that I noticed when I watched the playback of that entire hour-long reading, is that they don't F with Lisa. They don't trust Lisa. That's something that's so crazy. But I'm gonna pull some cards on shoot, what I was gonna pull cards on. Hold on, let me pull up my notes. Yes, I have notes because I have certain type of questions I want to ask when it comes to their career. So I was gonna pull. Okay, hold on. Okay, I crossed that out. Okay, so I'm gonna most likely make that another video because I have it here, but it's in red, and I crossed it out. Pull cards on what's the tension between Lisa and the other Blackpink members. Even though I already picked that up in the first reading, that's probably why I crossed it out. But I might do another in-depth reading on that question separate from this career question. So never mind on that. Okay, let me give you a quick rundown before I end this intro and jump into the reading. So I'm just gonna be pulling questions on like who else have a solo album. Who else is solo album is complete, because Rose already announced that hers is done. It's gonna be out in December. I want to see if Lisa's solo album is done or complete. Is Jennie's solo album done and complete? Is Jisoo even dropping music? I'm definitely asking if Jisoo is even dropping music before 2025. Like, is she gonna drop something November or December? Like, I'm not even sure she got an album out, but hey, I'll pull cards on it. Okay, another question I'm gonna ask, of course, is Jisoo gonna drop a solo single before 2025? I'm also gonna ask, how does Jennie and Lisa feel about Rose's successful single with Bruno Mars? Because I noticed that people seem to like her single more than the other two singles. Cause I feel like Lisa's had a lot of controversy with her single, and I'm not sure about Jennie. I feel like Jennie's went under the radar for some reason. Like, I haven't heard it. I'll be honest, but I haven't heard it. I did accidentally listen to a few clips of Rose song with Bruno Mars. Like, I remember touching a short or something, and I heard that song. But yeah, don't worry, I don't listen to a lot of artist songs, so that's not a personal thing against Blackpink or K-pop. I barely listen to music anymore like that. I'm also gonna pull a card on, will Jennie start back acting again? I'm not sure. I know she's been doing like fashion or something like that, and of course music, and I know previously she did acting, but I feel like a lot of people didn't like her acting role. I think it was with that the Weekend Idol thing. I think she was part of that. I think I'm also gonna pull some cards on what is next for Rose career wise after she drops her album. The reason why I asked that specifically for Rose is because I haven't done a reading on Rose at all. I've done like excuse me, my bad, little readings here and there for Lisa, Jisoo, and Jennie. I haven't really done an actual reading for Rose, so that's why I asked that question. And then my last question will be, which member will break into the Western audience and media. I wanted to see that because I feel like with Rose collaborating with Bruno Mars and Lisa, one of her Lisa songs, someone said she was almost like trying to pander to a certain type of excuse me, sorry, my throat a little scratchy, a certain type of demographic, like a Western different demographic. And like I said earlier, I remember Jennie. The reason why I know Jennie from Blackpink is because I feel like I've seen her face more in the Western audience side. I feel like she was part of that series, that Idol series. That's why I probably recognize her. But yeah, that's all the questions I'm going to be asking. This reading is probably going to be close to an hour or two knowing this. I'm also going to pull one tarot card, pulling on the collective group energy, the Blackpink group energy again, like I did in the previous part one, when I did like what's the the collective energy of the whole group for 2024, and it was bad. So let's hope when I pull for the collective energy for the group going into 2025, like hopefully it's a lot more positive. But yeah, so let's hurry up and get into this reading. I'm finna end the intro and jump into it. Okay, let's begin this reading. So the first question is just like a quick clarifying of the collective energy. So I pulled one tarot card that represents the collective energy surrounding the Blackpink girl group in the year 2025. In part one I did 2024, but this is gonna be 2025. So let's see what the new year is gonna look like surrounding the Blackpink group as a whole, especially since they're technically supposed to be coming back as a group. Okay, the tarot card we have is Reverse Judgment. What's with all these negative cards when it comes to the collective energy of this group? Like, I'm not saying like, oh my god, this is the downfall of the Blackpink. No, it just, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, like below the surface. Because for me, this Reverse Judgment card is giving me everybody going to the new year 2025. A lot of the girls, young ladies in the Blackpink group are not on the same page. Because I feel like, again, behind the scenes, judgment, this is not in the public. So the public probably not going to know this is going on, especially going to the new year. That a lot of the members of Blackpink are not on the same page. And something's telling me you have to do something with groups and careers. Maybe some people don't want to quickly go back into a group yet. Some people are trying to do all these other things before they come back together. Maybe some people want more time as a solo versus a group. I don't know. I do feel like I get this weird energy of 2 out of 4 members probably don't mind coming back as a group, but at least one, I'm not sure who this is, there's one girl who either secretly or vocalized that she kind of want to be more solo. Who is this trying to stand out? Not stand out, well, I guess you could say stand out. It's more like take a risk, go against the grain, separate a little more. And I wonder, will this one person in the group, maybe 2 in the group, cause a domino effect? Almost like, because they're not cooperating with the group or the label or their team. I don't know how it works for K-pop. It can cause like a sabotage thing. They'll almost force you to listen and obey whoever so you can get your job done. It's almost like, oh, so you're going against what we have to say, going against your contract, then okay, I'ma sabotage your rollout, I'ma sabotage your solo projects, I'ma spread bad news about you on blogs. Because I already know that for some reason for K-pop, they take things seriously. Like, I've been hearing a lot of crazy things about K-pop stands, or I'm not sure, maybe it's just like Korean culture or something like that, where things are like taken to extreme, in my opinion. Of course, it could be a culture thing, so there probably some misunderstandings there coming from my perspective. But I feel like somebody in the Blackpink group is gonna like fuck over everybody for some reason. Like, if they don't get with the program, if they don't get it together and follow in line. I wonder who's trying to act rebellious. Low-key, it feels kind of selfish. I ain't gonna lie to you, because what you're doing isn't just gonna affect you. It's not just gonna hurt you. It could indirectly hurt other members of the group. This is crazy. This is gonna be going on behind the scenes, guys. I don't think this is gonna be public unless you see the crazy sabotage stuff happening in public. Yeah, I just feel like their energy, again, like I said in part 1, it's not there. There's a lot of self-doubt, self-loathing, wanting to isolate, be by yourself, like, want to do things your way. And I'm a little concerned. It feels like all that energy of like, yeah, we can do this, guys. Let's do this. Let's work together. All that's not there. It's like, oh my God, we're back at this again. How we're going to survive this time. We're even more out of whack this time. Like, it's like there's so much unsure energy when it comes to 2025 surrounding the Blackpink group. It's almost like, will we be able to do this again? Like, I'm not sure if they've done, like, go on a break and then come back as a group before, whether or not it was a successful comeback or not. I don't know. I'm assuming since they're still here, still very popular and stuff like that. So I'm assuming, but I don't know. It's almost like it's getting to the point where they're like, I don't think we can keep doing this again. We'll be able to, come back bigger and better. Like, is this even worth it? Should we just take, cut our losses? Should we just... It's a lot of negative talk, negative thinking. It's like dragging your feet when you need to do something. It's like, it's coming to the point where I think some of the members of Blackpink group are kind of like tired of the group. I don't know. I feel like maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe they're tired of having to go about things differently when it comes to group versus like solo work. Maybe they have less say when it comes to the collective of the group branding and stuff like that. And maybe they feel like, they're too exhausted. They don't want to go through this whole process again of having someone else control and dictate certain things about how they should be, how their group should act and music should be, stuff like that. It's reminding me, before I move on, of, breaking away from the big machine. Almost like once you break away and gain some freedom, it's hard to go back. It's almost like, why would you go back? Why would you go back to doing what you're told when you gain the ability to act more on your own pretense? I just feel like solo, all the members have somewhat grown in their own way. Maybe a few are a little stagnant, but I feel like individuals, they kind of gone, or they have grown, learned certain type of lessons or things in their life and career. So come back as a group, it feels like there is no change, almost like stagnant. It's weak. It's like individually they're stronger and better, but for some reason going into 2025 they're a lot weaker when they come together, almost like out of touch. They're out of touch with each other. They're out of touch with the future or what to do with this group, or they're out of touch with like how to keep going group wise. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I know I don't want to keep repeating myself. It just feels like I'm getting about like being together as a group. It's almost like a downgrade. I'm not sure what this energy is. Dang, what the heck's going on? Like, I really am debating, like, am I going to be able to make these videos public? Because I feel like, no shade, I'm going to get like a lot of hate or something. Because I feel like these readings so far have been a little too negative. But that's what I'm getting. Like, I don't know how to explain it, guys. They just don't feel ready, or honestly even want to come back as a group. Like, they're not ready. It's so much self-doubt. It's almost like, I don't know, it's been a while. Like, I feel like we were better as, solo doing our thing and stuff like that. Like, do I really want to get put through this all again? It's like giving that type of energy. But anyway, let me move on to the questions that I have when it comes to, certain people's careers and stuff like that. Okay, so the first person I'm interested in asking questions about when it comes to the career is, of course, Jisoo. Because currently, well, at the moment I'm doing this reading, Jisoo has not dropped any solo music of 2024. Other members have. Lisa, Jennie, and Rose. So I'm going to go ahead and pull again, even though I already have another reading on this. Like, you can go watch the original reading I did on why Jisoo haven't dropped any music. I don't remember it fully. I remember some parts of it. So if certain things come out again are the exact same, then I guess the energy is still the same, of her reasonings behind why she has not dropped any solo music. But anyway, so the first tarot card will represent, is Jisoo going to be dropping any solo singles before the year 2025? Because we only got like less than 2 months, 1 month left of this year, 2024. So I want to see, is she going to drop any solo singles in this year? Even though I'm pretty sure Rose is dropping an album in December, so she either it makes sense to drop it now. Like, of course, I'm recording this reading in the somewhat beginning of November, so it makes sense for her to drop this reading in November or I'm not sure. I feel like December might be pushing it, because Rose allegedly her album's supposed to be coming out in December, so either November or maybe December, I guess, but still. But anyway, back to the card pull. So the first tarot card represent, is Jisoo going to be dropping a solo single before 2025? So the first tarot card we have is the okay, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, that's a positive, but it's also a negative. Knight of Pentacles, playing it safe, taking it slow. Okay, guys. Okay. So for all the Jisoo fans, there is music coming. It's just slow. It's like, it's slow. I wonder, is she going to drop it or is she going to wait? It's like Knight of Pentacles, that's slow and steady wins the race. So, like, good things take time, stuff like that. And I feel like, yes, she does have solo music. She does have solo music, guys. It's been, I guess the best way to describe it is that fairy tale of the tortoise and the hare, slow and steady wins the race. It's giving you that, not trying to quickly drop anything. It's like, it's coming, but it's just slowly over time. So it makes me think, is she gonna draw something this year? Is she going to? Because Knight of Pentacles can be playing it safe, which means not dropping anything this in 2024 and waiting until 2025. Or this Knight of Pentacles can also means dropping a single like last minute, or like, I guess you could say when you least expect it. It makes me think, like, is she gonna like drop it in the holidays? Well, especially here in the West, because we got Thanksgiving is November, and then December we have Christmas, holidays for that, and also New Year's and stuff like that. So I don't know, is she gonna like drop it like the last week of 2024 going to 2025? That would be crazy, but I don't know. I wonder if her solo single for her first one, is going to be a collaboration. That'll be interesting. I don't know why I thought of a collaboration. Maybe because the image on the card is two people, a woman and a man. So maybe that's probably why I thought possibly a collaboration. I wonder, is she going to drop something December? Beginning of January? So I've never been good at judging times. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't have enough practice when it comes to using the tarot cards for like, when is this gonna happen in this many years, or can you predict when this or that? I'm not good at that. I don't have no practice with that. I know other people can, but I can't. I try not to say specific dates, because it usually happens faster if I don't say nothing about it, versus when I try to actually look for like, is it going to drop on this specific date? It's going to most likely take longer or not even happen. So I'm not even going to try. I'll be honest with you. It keeps giving me slow and steady wins the race. So I'm like, is she going to drop a solo single, possibly a collab last minute? Like, when I think of last minute, I think of end of the year. So right before 2025? Because this could also be playing it safe, which means that means after 2024, like 2025, playing it safe. But also playing it safe is not trying to rush this, not trying to, I guess, get everyone's hopes up. It's like you will know when it's time. I wonder if it's gonna be a surprise drop. No, it can't be. It can't be. Yeah, I don't think I've ever pulled on a question like this. I don't think so. I'm not sure how I should interpret that Knight of Pentacles, because I'm getting both, all that hard work is going to pay off, but patience and slow and steady wins the race. So that makes me think, is she going to drop a solo single last minute, either at the end of the year of 2024, or this is telling me, oh, she's playing it safe, because, it takes hard work to make, good music, and she's going to drop it in 2024. F it. I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to say this applies for something last minute at the end of the year. So that could technically be, I don't know, November, December, maybe December. But I feel like, see, if I was artist, I wouldn't, especially an artist in a group, I don't think I like the idea of dropping around the same time as my other members are dropping. But then again, I said in part 1 that Lisa, Jennie, and Rose dropped music in October, and I thought that was crazy, because I wouldn't do that, because technically they share the same thing, fan base, and that can lead to comparing, lead to people supporting one single over the other. I just feel like it's a little messy like that. But hey, I don't know how things work in K-pop. Okay, I guess I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that Jisoo drops a single in December. Like, even in November would be great. So I'm just gonna cross my finger and I guess hope Jisoo would drop a single before 2025. So I guess I'll take the risk and say, since there is music there, there's music there. That's my thing. But she's just waiting to drop it. I'm not sure why. Like I said, she had the whole year. I'm not sure. I just don't know why. I don't know why. I just don't understand why she waited so long. I feel like she has no problem waiting. She has no problem being patient and waiting to drop her song. It's almost like, good things take time and whatever. She don't mind it. Okay, I feel like I'm talking in circles. Let me move on to the next card. That's part of this whole question of why does Jisoo not want to drop any solo music? Funny enough, she technically is going to be dropping solo music soon, but I'm still looking to this other tarot card to see if we got any more clarity. So the second tarot card we have that represents why does Jisoo not want to drop any solo music? We have we got the Page of Pentacles. Here it is again. She really, is she trying something new? Why is she putting, there's a lot of, I guess the best word, planning that she is doing when it comes to music. That's interesting. Is that why she put it on the back burner? Because she wanted to, I don't know, try something different or plan it out accordingly? It's like all this time of her not dropping solo music, she used that time to, I guess, improve or critique certain aspects of her music. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of time, effort, hard work, and planning that went into this solo single or her solo music. Because we got the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Why am I getting this energy from this Page of Pentacles of Jisoo feeling like she is capable of being successful without having to, I guess you can say, keep up with other people? So that makes me think, like, in her mind, I wouldn't say she's in her own lane. It's more like she have no interest in, being competitive, like competition, trying to keep up with, new groups or other solo people or solo members. She has no interest. Yeah, she had no interest in that. And because of that, there's a level of confidence being a little more lax, not have to hyper focus on music or perfection. It just comes naturally because she knows that she's a hard worker and she's capable of making and manifesting a good project on her own, or without feeling like she's being rushed or needing to compete with someone else. It kind of reminds me of, how one person could feel some type of way about another person outshining them. But for Jisoo, I feel like she wouldn't really care about being outshined. It's not about who gets the most attention, who gets the most sales, views, and stuff like that. When it comes to Jisoo in her music, that's very interesting. And also, again, with this Page of Pentacles, connecting to the question of why does Jisoo not want to drop solo music. Again, the Page of Pentacles could be new ventures, which again means new type of job opportunities. Like I said, her being her acting bag. So again, she's investing her time in everything, not just music. So yes, she's investing some time into music, but that's not her only source of inspiration, her only source of job, money, revenue. She's doing a lot of other things that she wants to put more time and effort into. And like I said earlier, she's confident. Like, she doesn't care about, people say like, oh, it's all about the numbers. I don't think Jisoo cares about numbers. It's all about, no, I'm going to make some good music, and that's what's going to happen. I'm going to put it out there, and it's going to do its thing. Whether or not people think it's successful or not, it doesn't matter. I'm putting out good music that I think is good. I work hard on. And yeah, and I'm going to continue to do all my other things, like acting, and I don't know what she does, like acting, maybe influencing, modeling. I don't know, fashion. I don't know what Jisoo does. I don't know what any of the girls do, to be honest. Only a few. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm sleeping on Jisoo. There's this underlying of calm confidence, like unbotheredness. Like, see, you girls can fight, like, I don't care. It's like, it's not that serious. Like, I'm doing my job, I'm gonna work hard and put out a good product, aka good music, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. That's what I'm getting from Jisoo. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do my job, and I'm going to do it good, and whether or not it outdo yours or not, it doesn't really matter to me. It's giving me that, like, don't care about stats, don't care about competition or doing better than someone else. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I like Jisoo's way of thinking when it comes to things like her career in music. I like her way of thinking, because I feel like the most confident people, like, they put out better music because they don't care about certain things. What's gonna go viral, what's gonna be number one hits, what's gonna do better than your so-called rivals and stuff like that. They don't care about stuff like that, and I like people like that. I really do like people like that. Okay, let me hurry up and wrap up this question. I'll pull the third card. This is more a clarifying card for the energy between these two card pulls. I pulled for Jisoo's question of, is she gonna be dropping a solo single before 2025? Why does Jisoo not want to drop any music? Yada yada yada. So third tarot card represents the energy between. It's a Queen of Pentacles. They're all freaking Pentacles. They're all freaking Pentacles. And I found out from part 1, Jisoo is a Capricorn. So we got the Queen of Pentacles right here. Wait a minute. No freaking way. The Queen of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. So jumping back to the second part of the question, when I asked, why does Jisoo not want to drop any solo music? I pulled the, Page of Pentacles. Connecting the Queen of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. Is Jisoo the reason why she's doing multiple things, not just music, like different money, income, ventures, yada yada yada? Is Jisoo, how old is Jisoo? Is Jisoo thinking about, I don't think it's the word retire. It's almost like transitioning into a different stage in her life. Because that Queen of Pentacles it reminds me of a woman that can do both career and family. I'm not saying Jisoo's think about having a family, like she could, I don't know. I'm just saying she's trying to prioritize things other than music, especially when it comes to her personal life. I feel like when it comes to her not putting out music, it's because she is setting the foundations for her future off screen, as not as an artist. So that means her personal life, and that could be family, that could be relationship, that could be marriage, that could be a different career path, like people say, like acting. She's setting the foundations of a complete life shift, which is freaking crazy. that's coming out. Like, I'm not saying Jisoo doesn't like being famous. It just feels like there's this very down to earth energy about her, where fame and, you know, being successful, like a super successful, is something that she doesn't naturally thrive to be. It's like a whatever. It's like, if it happens, if I'm a global superstar, then whatever. It gives me that, like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, I don't mind if it happens. If it don't, it's whatever. It's giving me that type of vibe. And because of that, she sees her life and she sees things completely different, possibly from her other members, which will check out if I remember some of the things I said in my part 1. But that was like another day ago. I feel like I said something similar to that, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to rewatch that video. Dang, this is crazy. Is Jisoo ready to shift a phase in her life? Focus more and more on personal life goals and choices, especially outside of public eye. Maybe outside of music. Because there's this energy with the Queen of Pentacles of being very nurturing, sensible, having common sense, but also being understanding, maybe being more practical. Like, let's be realistic here. I can't be a K-pop star forever, or I can't be on top forever. You know, it's times, you know, to invest more of my time in things that I really want to do outside of being like this famous idol. Which makes sense if you think about, you know, celebrities. You know, there's always going to be, like, new celebrities. There's, like, the OGs, the older celebrities. Then here comes the new celebrities and the new celebrity. It's like a cycle. It's a cycle. So it makes sense. I'm not sure how old she is. It makes sense for her to have this mindset of, I can't do this forever. And I want to start making moves on things outside of music or outside of fame and stuff like that. Think about personal life, or, you know, marriage or kids or stuff like that. I'm getting a little bit of that from Jisoo when it comes to this Queen of Pentacles card. Now, connecting the Queen of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles around the question of, is Jisoo going to be dropping, you know, a solo single before 2025? I am getting the energy of Jisoo wanting to give back to her fans, or to the, you know, Blackpink fans. I'm not sure if they have different type of fans for their one fan base. I'm not sure. Yeah, because the Queen of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles is giving me that she has music in the stash. So she does have music. I'm not sure how much music, but she's been sitting on some music. I'm not sure. She's been sitting on some music. She just haven't released it for some reason. But there's this energy of nurturing it, letting it sit, and when the right time comes, releasing the music. It's almost like she has this type of plan that she wants to commit to, like a game plan or some type of chart or timeline. She wants to go about things like, oh, I need to do this in this month, this in this month, and then, oh, I'm going to release music in this month, but I'm going to promote this so my name's, you know, in the headlines before I release this. It feels like there's some type of timeline she's going off. Like, she pre-planned how she's going to go about things to keep this thing type of organized when it comes to things like music. Sorry if that sounds confusing. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can, what's in my head and these cards. I wonder, because that Queen of Pentacles again connected to the Knight of Wands, is she planning, like I said earlier about the timeline, is she setting things up so if she does go back, I guess being solo or focusing back on her personal life or personal career choices, is that all these things are set up so she can make money and be financially stable while she's doing something else personal. Again, it makes me think of like family and relationship for some reason. It's like, I have all these movie deals or series already lined up, so I'm gonna have steady income for these next so years. I have plenty of music stacked up so I can release it while doing other things. It's giving a little bit of that, like that big brain type of planning. Yeah, it's like she wants things already in the back pocket for her, like already there waiting for her to use to release and use these things while she's doing something else. I feel like there's two different things happening when I'm looking at these cards. So that Queen of Pentacles is almost giving me like personal, versus the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles is making me think of, you know, career. So it's almost like two things are happening at once. While one thing is happening, she's gonna be doing something else. Almost like, oh, she started in a movie or a drama series, and while that's premiering, she could be, I don't know, vacationing with her family, a partner or something like that, like self-care. She could be doing something completely different while that's happening. Everybody's talking about, oh, she said da da da. She can be focused on something else. It feels like she's doing two things at once, and she wants to do that so she can feed the fans, you know, make her money while she gets to do things that she loves, or wants to do things that she consider a priority now or going forward. Because I feel like there's something to do with her life stage. I don't know how old she is. I'm assuming they're all in their late 20s. I'm not sure if Korean culture expects, or the Korean K-pop industry have what's it called, the ageism type of thing that happens here in Hollywood in America, where like, oh, a woman in her mid-30s, she's old, let's replace her with someone who's freshly out of high school or something like that. I'm not sure if that's the same for K-pop. So it makes me think, like, does she understand that, or does she feel like that's going to happen soon? And that's why she's already making like game plans to prepare for that, like things outside of the industry or outside of K-pop music. Okay, that's enough on this question. I'm surprised, I'm intrigued, and I actually want to know more about Jisoo. So definitely in the future I might do another reading on her. But let me move on to the next question. Okay, like, guys, it's crazy. It's like, I wrote down some questions that I want to ask, but at the same time, I kind of want to ask different questions. I don't know why I do that. So don't be surprised I change up a lot of these questions, because I feel like, I don't know. Maybe because I barely know anything about Blackpink. So my questions are, I feel like my questions are like too basic or too So I don't know. I'm going to change it up. I guess my next question will be, okay, I know. My next question is going to be rose focused, because I don't have a lot of videos, or I haven't done a lot of readings on rose. So rose. So my next question is going to be around, like, you know, what's next for Rose, you know, career-wise, you know, after her album drops in December, like, you know, yada, yada, yada. So something like that. The question is going to be centered around something like that. Okay, so I decided, how did I word this question? So the first tarot card, you know, is going to represent, you know, Rose energy, going to set in the intentions for, you know, her career or whatever. And the second tarot card, well, the one on the end, the second tarot card, I call it the second tarot card, is going to represent, you know, what's next for Rose career-wise, you know, after her album drops. And then, of course, the tarot card in the middle will represent, like, the energy between. Something like that. That's, like, the idea I got in my head now that I'm going off the fly. Okay, so let's look at the first tarot card. This first tarot card represents Rose's energy, and the intentions is, you know, her career and stuff like that. So the first tarot card we have is Ten of Pentacles. This is very freaking interesting, because I remember when I did part 1, I think it was Lisa's feelings towards Rose. It was like the reverse Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles, by the way, I reshuffled. So the Ten of Pentacles came out again, but it's upright. And this is showing me that Rose feels happy and satisfied in her career. This is all because this is Ten of Pentacles, all about making a name for yourself and beyond, being successful, career going great. Everything that you worked hard on is finally, what's the word? It's maturing. It's growing into fruition. Everything is planning out how you predicted it, or I guess you can say, how you crafted it. So I'm assuming this could be, she could have invested a lot of time, most likely into this album or in her music. And everything is slowly paying off. All her hard work, all her decision making, all her, you know, trying to be strategic or be very analytical about everything, you know, nitpicky, perfectionist, you know, stuff like that. All that is panning out correctly for her. And it's resulting in more fame, more recognition, more money, and success. And this Ten of Pentacles connecting to Rose is it's giving me like it's giving me I want to make a name for myself. And it makes me think, is Rose really trying to be a household name, like a solo artist? Like, is she one of the people in a group that really wants to be like a solo artist, outside this group dynamic of Blackpink? Like, stand on her own, make a name for herself. Yeah, because like empire, but beyond Blackpink. Yeah, Rose currently only focused on her legacy, her career path. I'm not sure. I don't know what Rose be doing in her personal life, but it feels like her personal life and her work life is like intertwined. So I'm not sure it's a good thing or bad thing, because I feel like you need a good work and home life balance. I feel like it's very, very career focused. It's always all about career. It's giving me a little bit of Lisa vibes. I don't know why. Like, all about career. Yeah, this Ten of Pentacles, Rose really trying to manifest this generational wealth that she wants for herself. Dang. Why do I keep hearing she wants to be beyond Blackpink? Almost give me that Beyond Rose. I'm not sure that's her real name. I don't know. It could just be, music people have like their little stage names and stuff like that. She just want to be beyond who she is now or who she used to be. She wants to be more than that. I'm not sure what that means, because I keep seeing in my head Rose like stepping on another path or stepping in her own lane. I'm in my own lane. It's giving that type of stuff. A little ego there, but that's good. That's good, because that ego's getting her to these success that she's seeking out, or the success she's been manifesting or creating for herself. Because this feels like this has been a plan. She's strategically planned a lot of things for a while. It's reminding me of people who have like those 5-year plans. Like, I try to do something like that. It's like, it's crazy, but it's giving me those type of vibes of like strategically planning out this step by step by step for this many years, and everything finally coming together. That's what I'm getting. It's like, this has been a long time making of whatever this energy I'm getting from Rose is. And now she's in a zone. Her mindset is locked in. She's locked in, or she's ready. And she's not stopping until she done what she needs to do, or done what she has planned for herself. I'm just so confused. Why would she crave so much to leave a legacy behind her? It's like give me collecting accolades. I'm not sure why. I'm assuming she's going to be in the music industry for a while. I'm pretty sure they're like in their mid-20s, late 20s. They're going to be here for a while. I'm not sure. I do know, just like here in the West, Hollywood or whatever, they do have like that age discrimination, especially towards women. Especially when they reach like late 30s or something like that. They try to like get rid of them, push them away, or make them less than what they used to be, stuff like that. So I'm not sure why she's trying to quickly build herself a legacy, collect accolades, generational wealth, like really establishing her career beyond Blackpink, especially for herself, just herself. This isn't a group thing. This isn't a group desire. This is a me desire. This is her. She wants this for herself. This have nothing to do with the group. I don't know. Maybe she's trying to, quickly build a name for herself beyond Blackpink, collect a lot of money, so she, I don't know, in the future when the time comes for her to retire or taking a step back from being like this on top of the world K-pop star, that she's stable. She got the money, she got the appreciation, she got the accolades, she got the awards, she got the, all these types of credits and stuff like that. So, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Like, pre-planning for the future. Like I said earlier about, like, some people got that 5-year plan. Maybe it's something like that, like, okay, so in this many years, I need to have all this done. So I'm trying to get all this done before I reach this age, or before I reach this milestones. Maybe it's something like that. Okay, last thing I'm going to say is just Rose, she just focused on that long-term success. And her mindset right now is just, getting the bag and building up herself and going beyond Blackpink. She only focused on what she needs, her legacy, for whatever future that she got planned for herself. That's what she's in motion on. That's what her mind's clicking and turning on what she needs to do step by step, step by step. Okay, let me move on to the next tarot card. And the second tarot card just, card represents the energy around, what's next for Rose career-wise after the album drop. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not sure what I'm looking for this from this card. It just, whatever, pull. So the second tarot card we have to represent what's next for Rose career-wise after the album drops. We have the Hangman upright. Very interesting. Why am I getting energy with the Hangman upright, going with the flow? And weirdly enough, it's like a neutral, maybe positive thing, going with the flow. But it is reminding me of, when chaos happens and there's a type of person that just rides out the wave. It's giving me a little bit of that energy. Now I'm a little confused. Hold on, give me a minute. And it's also giving me starting something and not finishing. What is this for Rose? What's next for her career-wise after the album drops? Is she, what is she doing? Is this overconfidence? Is this going with the flow and seeing what happens? What is this? Because it's giving me a lack of direction. Like, now I'm confused. Like, okay, baby girl, you did everything. You cultivated all this music. You created this album and it drops. So what are you doing after that? Because it's giving me vibes of putting all these things out here and seeing what sticks, what attracts people, what goes beyond what's in this puddle. Like pouring something in okay, I got a good example. It's like putting multiple toy boats on a pond and seeing which one goes further is what I'm getting. If you think about that, that's a lot of free will. That's a lot of outside factors, because it might be windy that day, it might be raining. Some of the boats might collide with each other. Some of the boats might not exactly be put in the exact same spot as the other one, so maybe that's not fair. There's a lot of energy of like taking a chance and just allowing things to happen. Because I would say there is energy of like not thinking this part through, but I don't feel like that's exactly what Rose is doing, especially after this album. Because I feel like she actually did think this through, and that's why she's allowing just things to naturally happen. That's like she has no control over. It's almost like this inner wisdom of, I'm confident enough. I know that something will stick. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to bend over backwards trying to calculate this exact thing that's going to happen after I drop this album. I'm just going to let things happen naturally. Let the universe do what we got to do. Let fans and supporters do what they got to do. It gives off not properly planned or properly executed or didn't think this through. But I actually do think she actually did think this through. She just knows that this is beyond her and she can't control what is seen as successful and what is not. So this is where this going with the flow type of energy is. Confident enough that something will happen, but I'm just going with the flow, riding the wave, and it will take me where I need to go. It's like that inner confidence, like it's going to take me where I need to go. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm just going to keep going and riding it. Just slowly let things happen. Because it gives me this vibe like, oh, I know I have limitations. That's why I'm allowing things to happen outside of my control, because I have limitations that not going to allow me to do what I need to do. So I need outside factors to occur so I can do what I need to do. Sorry if that sounds confusing. I'm trying my best to explain it in my head, break it down in an easy way so you guys can understand like the craziness that's going on with this hangman or hangwoman card upright. Because the hangman card is like a card of enlightenment. But if you think about like the traditional Rider-Waite tarot card about the hangman isn't really in danger because they could easily untie themselves and get down. They're not struggling. They have a peaceful face. It's almost like, being surrounded by chaos, but you're at peace, or you know that you can always get yourself down, so you're not worried about it. It's very carefree, just like allowing things to happen, and when the time comes, I can always save myself. It's kind of like that. So the hangman isn't a very, I consider it, maybe neutral, like upright. The hangman upright, somewhat neutral positive. It gives me more chaotic neutral, but it's a little bit of neutral positive. neutral positive. Because wisdom and enlightenment, those, I consider those things positive. But also needing to release, letting things happen how they are without trying to control it, and self-sacrificing this or whatever to get something else. That's why I said earlier. It's like this is a part of her plan, but it's like beyond her plan, because she couldn't plan for something like this type of factors. This is something you can't plan for, so you gotta allow this to happen naturally, is what I'm trying to say. And again, it's reminding me of like a feather flowing through the sky like a breeze, and then you have no control about where that feather is blowing to or where it's gonna go. It's gonna land somewhere, but you just don't know, and you're just gonna I guess fly along the breeze until you land somewhere that you expect it to be, or you're just going to accept and move forward with, is what I'm trying to say with this card for Rose. What's going to be happening to her career-wise after this album drops. Because weirdly enough, it feels like stagnant, but it's not stagnant. It's her having to stop here because she can't go beyond without random chances of something happening, like things that's free will, things that are beyond her needs to happen for her to get up and move past this step. So she has to wait patiently for whatever this is to happen for her to move forth in her career, what she's trying to do after this album drops. So that makes me think, like, once this album drops, is she going to be, I'm not gonna say she's gonna be sitting at home. Maybe she's gonna be, quiet. Maybe she's gonna be, like almost like drop this album and like not doing too much, just waiting and see how everything goes before she makes her next big announcement or next big thing after this album drops. Maybe that's what I'm trying to get. Yeah, because it feels like a pause, because I can't go beyond that. So I'm just letting things happen how it happens. And that makes me think, like, is she just going to drop it and dip? Drop the album and dip and go quiet? Like, is she going to promote the album? Is she just going to, do a little something? She's not going to do anything too extreme. She's not going to do something back to back the album. She's just going to let the album sit, let it marinate with everybody and see how that takes her or what direction it takes her. I wonder, what the freak they hang there? I guess the positive thing I can say before I have to move on for my other card is she's not worried. She's not scared. She's not worried. This energy feels very confident and trusting the universe, trusting, I guess, the fans, trusting life, that it will take her where she needs to be. It's like she is surrendering under the control of something that's beyond her. Like, some people worry about, the future, this and that, or if I don't do this is going to happen. And she's giving me this energy of, I'm just going to do this one thing and allow everything else to naturally happen. And I will select whatever option that's out there for me, or I'll just go how I go, like one step at a time. I want to say jumping the gun. It's like, I guess you can say going with the flow. It's the more way, going with the flow. Yeah, because it's energy of lack of direction, even though it's not lack of direction. It's needed to allow herself to be free from something. Another good example of what I'm trying to comprehend is, let's say someone breaks down on the side of the road, their car breaks down on the side of the road, and there's like multiple different options. You could hitchhike, you could okay, let's say your phone also does not have any signal either. So you broke down on the side of the road, your phone does not have any signal or no bars, no internet, nothing. So options you can do, you can hitchhike to get back where you need. You could try and fix your car yourself. You could walk, or you could I guess you can try and find some help. Yeah, you can wait in your car and wait till the next car comes by, ask them for help or something like that. It feels like out of all three of those options, which is, trying to hitchhike, walking, trying to find someone nearby, yada, 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 or try to fix your car, or just wait in your car until another car comes by and ask them for assistance. I feel like whichever out of these three options Rose would choose the option that is like the option that doesn't involve the most work. It's like the least yeah, I guess the least amount of effort, which would be waiting inside your car until another car comes by on that road and asking them for assistance. I guess that would be like the least out there option versus trying to fix your own car, walking to find something else, or trying to hitchhike. Which I feel like trying to hitchhike, wouldn't that be the same thing as like sitting in your car waiting for another car to come? But I guess hitchhike is like ditching your entire car. Okay, I don't know. Don't think too hard about that example, because I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying to break down what I'm trying to get at in my head. So what I'm just trying to say, there's going to be a bump in the road for Rose after this album drops, but that's okay because she's confident enough that she's going to get past it because it's supposed to happen. It's like this issue, problem, or whatever is supposed to happen because she is allowing herself to not be in control of everything, allowing the world, the universe, fans, or whatever to control whatever's left for her on this path or whatever she's, I guess, predicting for herself on when it comes to this album rollout and stuff like that. Dang it! I hope I wasn't so confusing, because I feel like around the end part I was getting a little too confusing. Okay, let me look at the third tarot card, the energy between, and see if that can help break down that Hangman earlier, because I feel like I'm personally not satisfied with the answer I gave for that Hangman card. So let me look at the third tarot card. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, the energy between Five of Pentacles. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles connecting to the Hangwoman. Wait, is her album going to be a slow burner? That makes me think, is the album going to be extremely successful? The reason why I say that, like, what I do know about Blackpink, they've been around for a while and they're very successful. Like, I'm not sure if they're up there with BT, but I'm assuming so. When it comes to like a female K-pop group, they're pretty out there, because I've heard about Blackpink way before I've even gotten into K-pop in general. Like, sometimes I might hear like random K-pop songs, but I wasn't really into K-pop. I did know a couple people who were, and they would talk about like a lot of people like BTS and Blackpink, and certain advertisements I would hear about Blackpink this and that. So I'm assuming they're very successful, very established in their career. But this Five of Pentacles connecting to the Hangwoman, it makes me think, like, is her album going to be like a slow burner? And technically her album is going to be the first album out of all the Blackpink young ladies to drop. I'm assuming so. I doubt anybody's dropping an album in November, a month before Rose dropped hers in December. I feel like that would be crazy, but hey, I don't know. So hopefully that doesn't happen while I'm recording this video. But I just feel like her album, after she dropped it, is it gonna be a slow burner? Like, I'm not saying it's not gonna be successful. I'm saying, like, is that why she's wait a minute. See, I'm happy I flipped this card over, because I said earlier about her allowing the universe to do what it needs to do, even if that means allowing the fans to do this and that. Is her album going to be like a slow burner? So maybe in the beginning, like, it might not start out like the extreme best, but it's still good. But over time, as the album marinates, it gains traction, maybe spreads worldwide or something like that. That's when things really pick off. And maybe she's gonna wait and see. She's not gonna jump the gun. She's not gonna assume that this is gonna be like this, the most successful album out of all the K-pop stars they're gonna be dropping in December or whatever. She's gonna let it slow burn. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she's mentally preparing herself, like, okay, if the album does this or the album does that, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to overreact. I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to try to fix this and that. I'm just going to allow things to happen naturally and see where it goes. Like, go with the flow and see how this goes. And I'm gonna stick it throughout it. So, if something happens, bad PR or scandal or whatever, I'm just gonna ride it out. Because I have confidence that everything's gonna work out in the end. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what I'm trying. Maybe that is what I was trying to say earlier with that Hangman card, of just allowing things to happen, riding it out, and not being in control of it. Yeah, because the Five of Pentacles, that's like sickness, health, mental, physical health, hardship, poverty, financial issues, setbacks, struggles, unemployment. So there's some type of setback that's going to happen. And connecting Five of Pentacles to the Hangman setback that's going to happen after the album is dropped. And it's making me think maybe it's a slow burner album. So it's going to take some time to pick up steam, gain traction, get everybody's attention. I'm not saying it's not going to be successful. Maybe it might be even beyond successful after you give it some time to marinate or something like that. I wonder, is Rose's album going to be compared to somebody's? I don't know. I'm not sure who else will be dropping in December. I don't think I feel like it would be crazy for another Blackpink member to drop an album in December. I feel like that's just too crazy. But maybe it's a completely different K-pop group or something like that. Why do I feel like maybe her album's gonna be compared to somebody's, and maybe her album might be better than this other person's album. Like I said, I'm not trying to all that competition, yada yada yada. I'm just saying maybe after her album slow burns and then it's compared to another album, people are like, you know what, Rose's album is really good, I'm gonna go listen to that again. And then boom, streams and sales skyrocket. Maybe that's what it is. I do feel like there's like a slow burn. I wonder what that is. Slow burn, allowing the universe to do what we gotta do, and riding out the wave. Riding out the wave. And then let me jump over to connecting the Five of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. When I said earlier about Rose energy. Okay, that's interesting. So the Five of Pentacles connected to the Ten of Pentacles. That means there's inner conflict in her mind. And it could be some subconscious worry that everything that she's worked hard for, all the things she's been planning for how many years, I don't know how long, all the things that she's really trying to make for herself might not pan out the way it is. That's maybe why, going back to the Hangman, why she's trying to let go and allow things to happen. Because when you try to control things too much, and if it don't go your way, kind of like how perfectionists is very exact with everything, and if it doesn't go their way, they can have like a mental breakdown or just go off or snap, something like that. I feel like Rose needs to be careful with that. Cause I feel like maybe she knows that could happen if things don't go exactly how she plans, that it's going to really bother her, and why she's trying to push those feelings aside and really focus on, no matter what, she's going to get her end goal in her mind, what she's telling herself. Because there's energy with the Five of Pentacles connecting to the Ten of Pentacles, energy of wanting to prove myself. And no matter what happens, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to run and hide. I'm not going to feel ashamed. I'm going to keep going because I see success beyond. I have a legacy. I want a legacy. I'm going to do what I need to do. Like, no matter what anybody says, I'm going to keep going and push forward. Yeah, it's reminding me of the saying, smooth sailing after rough waves is what I'm getting. Now I feel like there's something's going to happen. I don't know what it is, because I keep getting a repeating pattern of something's going to happen around the time she either drops the album or after she drops the album. Now I'm curious, like, what is this? Something's going to happen, and she's going to ride out this wave, and it's going to benefit her. What is this? Something's going to happen. What is this? I'm definitely interested in once, in December, when she dropped this album, or around the time she drops the album, what's going to happen to cause maybe, I don't know, a setback, or I don't know, something's going to happen. Like, this either could be like the slow burner album, like take some time for her to build momentum, but successful in its own right, or some type of, I don't know, scandal, some type of issue is going to happen around the time she's dropping her album. I don't know what, but I do know there's a positive that everything's going to work out in the end. Okay, I think that's going to be enough for this reading or section for Rose. I definitely want to do more readings on Rose, because I can't get too in depth because I got a lot of the questions to do. So I might do like a solo YouTube video reading for Rose and her career, because I'm very interested. What is this thing that's going to happen? Even though, like, yeah, that's a problem, that's a hiccup, but it's not going to affect her. It's not going to affect her beyond something that's going to happen for a short period of time. So I think it's fine. You know, things happen. You know, that's life. But I don't think it's a big issue. But I'm very interested if I could pick and prod this energy a little bit more to find out what exactly is going to occur. I wonder if I could do that. But yeah, let me go ahead and end this reading with this question for this reading as I move on to the next question. Okay, so I pulled just 3 cards to represent. I wanted to know, like, who else solo album was complete. So far, like, in November, we know that Rose solo album, well, I know Rose solo album is complete. I haven't heard anything about the other girls. Of course, I'm not sure when this video is going to be up and ready, so hopefully nobody's else announced the freaking album while this video is being freaking recorded. But yeah, I just want to see who else solo album is complete. We already know Rose is, so let's see. Okay, the first tarot card represents Lisa's energy around now. Is her solo album complete? We have the Two of Swords. Okay. Interesting for Lisa. Do I think her solo album is complete? For some reason, I'm getting 50-50 energy. The reason why I'm getting 50-50 energy is because there is some decisions that are being changed. Either change right now or continue to change. So I don't think that's what date to release it. Maybe it is, but I feel like there is changes of what songs are staying and what songs are going. I wonder, does Lisa have a lot of music? Because this Two of Swords is of needing to make a difficult choice, and I do feel like her solo album is basically complete, but there's like, for some reason, don't albums have like a theme to them, or maybe some don't. I don't know. I never really thought too hard about songs that go into an album. Really, I'm not sure, but I feel like Lisa, difficult choices, you know, stalemate, stuck, can't decide if this should stay or this should go. I feel like she's constantly adding or getting rid of certain songs on her album. Difficult choice. I'm not sure if she's the one. She's the one in charge of taking out songs or adding songs to her album. I'm pretty sure. Like, since she's solo, so I'm assuming she have more direct control over her album now that she's solo. And I think I remember someone telling me that, you know, they also either have their own label or a sub label, or they sign somewhere else when it comes to their solo career, something like that. But yeah, so to answer the question, do I think Lisa's solo album is complete? For the most part, yes, but I just feel like songs or music inside the album is constantly changing. Someone's having a hard time making up their mind. I'm not sure why. It's almost like you're indecisive because of your confidence. So that makes me think, like, is she going to wait? I don't know. Maybe she'll drop album in January. Like, even though I feel like that's kind of crazy because Rose dropping in December. It's only been a month or whatever. But hey, I don't know. Like I said, all 3 of them had dropped in October, so I don't even know. Maybe she wants to see how people react to Rose album. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not saying that's for sure. A little bit, that's my opinion. I'm just saying, like, it feels like her being indecisive about what stays and what goes in this album. You know, this unsure energy, this unsure feeling. Maybe it's because of someone else. Like, maybe, oh, this person doing this genre, or this is their sound. Like, if I'm copying them, or is this going to sound better than that? Like, maybe something like that. Why she keeps changing and adding music, or changing and adding sound. So yeah, I think Lisa's album is about ready. She just keep changing, adding music to the album. I'm not sure why. Okay, moving on to the second tarot card, which would be like, is Jennie's solo album done? So let's see. We have the reverse Fool card. Why I'm getting... Okay. So, is Jennie's album done? I feel like I'm getting premature energy. So, technically, her album could be done, but I feel like this is spontaneous. Like, reckless decision. Like, Jennie, I don't think it's time for you to drop your album. I'm assuming they're going to drop the album after Rose, which means this is going to be in 2025. And I'm feeling like there's some premature energy when it comes to Jennie's album. So maybe it's like it's not really ready yet, or it needs to be critiqued. It needs to be polished, but she's jumping the gun. which worries me. I'm not sure that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing. She's taking a risk. She's being a little too spontaneous, not thinking this through. I'm not sure why. I feel like someone's trying to stop her, and I think she's not listening. I'm not sure why she's not listening, because I feel like I'm not sure if they're right or not. I just feel like there is, with the full reverse, there is spontaneous, not looking at it in a different perspective, not listening, being a little, immature, naive. It's giving a little bit of that. It's just being so careless, making like one stupid mistake that could mess up your entire rollout. So with Jennie, do I feel like she have a solo album complete? Yes, but it feels premature. I don't think it's ready. She might think her solo album is ready, but I don't think it's ready. And she needs to regroup, reevaluate, polish the album. Jennie, you need to polish your album. Something's not right here. Because, like, for Lisa, it's like hers is kind of complete, but she keeps adding and taking away music. She's being indecisive. But for you, you're being premature. You're, like, jumping the gun. Like, yep, album's done. Here you go. Let's hurry up and do this. Like, no. Take a step back. Listen to the people around you. Well, you don't have to listen to them like 100%, but at least be considerate of what they have to say. Because I feel like there is something premature when it comes to your album. I don't feel like it's supposed to be ready. It's like maybe a little bit rush. It's giving rush, even though you might not think it's rush, but maybe how you put everything together seems rush. I'm not sure. It's like only one card pool, but that reverse full is like a neutral card. It's not really a straight up negative card. It's like a neutral-ish. It's more neutralist negative, because it's more about you being, incompetent, foolish, being stupid, being gullible, being reckless, being irresponsible, being careless. And it feels like, yeah, there's something ready, solo album technically ready, but it's premature. You're jumping the gun. So that worries me for Jennie. So far, first two tarot cards, Jennie's albums worry me. I'm not sure why. I feel like it's premature or something like that. It's like it's not ready, even though she might feel like it's ready. So hopefully Jennie fix that before she drops her solo album. Okay, moving on to the last tarot card, we have the Jisoo. Like, is Jisoo solo album complete? I'm not sure about that, but hey, let's see. We have the Hierophant. Okay. I see a positive and I see a negative when it comes to this Hierophant card. And let me go ahead and jump to that negative. I'm feeling a little bit from this Hierophant card upright. I feel like Jisoo's solo album, why do I feel like somebody does not want her to put out an album or want her to wait? I'm not sure. Because the Hierophant card, when it comes to the music industry, it's like, it's giving me like industry, music, politics. There's people, the elites, people, higher power control, like managers or label execs. So people like that, like people that help produce your album or whatever. I feel like, they do in a certain type of way have a certain say over this and that. Like, if you're in a bad contract, then you might, like, especially here in the U.S., those 360 deals. I call them slave contracts, but hey, you can call it what you want to call it. But when you in those, like, 360 deals, your label has so much control over your music and your money and stuff like that. And they can control whether or not you drop. I'm not saying Jisoo is in that situation. I'm just saying that there is some higher power type of energy or vibes that's, like, not wanting her to either drop her solo album, complete her solo album. I feel like there's things kind of like slowing her down with that. That's like the only type of negative I could get from this Hierophant card. But from a positive perspective, her solo album, would I say complete? It feels like it feels done, unless I'm picking up the idea or the layout for the album is done. And what I mean by layout, I mean like, this is the type of music that I want for this album. This is the theme. This is the photo things I want to do with this album, stuff like that. Like, I pre-plan everything, so once I'm done with something else, I can just easily, record some extra things, do my little photo shoot. It feels like, pretty and planned. Like, everything's like planned out. Like, everything's ready when it needs to be ready. And the reason why I feel like everything's ready when it needs to be ready is because I feel like there are one or two extra people helping Jisoo with this album for some reason. It's almost like I said earlier, like someone have say in this and that in the album. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure when it comes to their solo career, how much freedom and control they have over the album. I have no clue. But I feel like for Jisoo, either she asked these people, hired them, or they're part of her contract or some type of agreement who is influencing her decisions, and who's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna approve this because we like this idea. You're right. It's give me like something needs to be approved when it comes to Jisoo solo album. Something needs to be approved. Like there's like other people that have a hand in her album or have a say in her album. I'm not sure what that means. So that makes me think, like, is her solo album complete, or does it need to be approved, or certain things need to be approved for her to move forward? Because if that's the case, I wouldn't really absolutely say her solo album is complete, because there's still a lot of things that needs to kind of like a layout. Like when you think of pictures, insert this, insert that. Certain things still needs to be, put in hand. So, I guess I can say, I don't know. It feels like 50-50, because I feel in the positive, I feel in the negative, but I feel like there's third-party people in hand when it comes to Jisoo's solo album. It's almost like they approving things, they're not approving things. They're like almost like some type of order, way of things happening. I'm not sure what exactly I'm picking up here. Like, I'm just trying to think, what is this entity that this album has to go through for it to be approved, or for it to be really considered, oh, solo album is complete and ready? I just feel like, who is holding back Jisoo's album? Is it Jisoo? I feel like there's some type of third party here. I'm not sure if they're like music related, like labels or productions, maybe collaborations. She's waiting for them to submit some collaborations for a song. Maybe that's something. I feel like there is something here, like whether or not the album is done. I feel like there's a layout, like, oh, I just need this, and then boom, that's done. I can check this box. Oh, I need this verse back. Whoop, I can check this box. Oh, I need my photos done. Once I get my photos done, whoop, I can check this box. I feel like, I guess you could say it's like in progress. Maybe it's still in progress. Maybe Jisoo's solo album is still in progress, because I feel like everything's here, everything's ready, but it needs like these check marks of approval, like, oh, this is here. Hopefully I'm explaining that right. I'm trying my best to explain this the best way I can. I just feel like Jisoo is either relying too much on these other things. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's contract related or not. And I also feel like Jisoo is, I don't know, playing it safe when it comes to having these other people involved. Or maybe it's kind of like, oh, traditionally, labels and these type of people have a lot more say in albums. I'm just going to let them do it. Even though this is my solo album, I'm just going to allow them to do this so I can focus on other things. Almost like a team or something like that, team manager or something. Handle this while I'm figuring out something else, kind of like that. Take it. Okay, so what would be a direct answer I could give for is Jisoo's solo album complete? I guess I would say, I guess I would say not really. I feel like it's a work in progress. I feel like it's almost complete, but I feel like there's like approvals and check marks need to be made. It's like a orderly time type of thing. I'm not sure why. I feel like something, or more like someone, is making Jisoo go about things in like an orderly manner. Almost like you're in a line, like in a lunch line. You have to wait your turn to get your food for lunch and stuff like that. Like, okay, next person. It feels like there's order involved when it comes to Jisoo's album for some reason. And that makes me think maybe there's more people at hand when it comes to creating Jisoo's album, where she has no choice but to wait, follow, and listen to them. I'm not sure, but it's starting to feel that way. And I'm also not sure whether or not Jisoo feels mad about this, sad about this, happy about this. I'm not sure either. It's almost like just following in line, just listening, just going with it. I'm like, okay, so I need to do this and that. Okay. It feels very compliant. I'm not sure I feel any type of negative or upset emotions when it comes to the decision making when it comes to her solo album. I'm not sure, but it's feeling like work in progress, and someone else is causing her to like fall in line to some type of, I don't know, standards. I don't know. Like compared to Jennie's card, is giving me like Jennie has way a lot of power, way a lot of say, and she don't care. But Jisoo, I'm not saying she don't have a power. She does not have power over her solo album. It just feels like she's listening to people maybe a little too much. She listens to people, what they want, what they're saying, their direction a little too much for this solo album. I just feel like there's a drastic contrast between Jennie and Jisoo when it comes to their approach for their albums. Because I feel like Jennie is a little premature, jumping the gun, while Jisoo is playing it safe, a little too safe. So, so far, Lisa have the best balance when it comes to her solo album. She just, being indecisive about whether or not she wants to keep this going forward when it comes to her album. So, yeah. So, if I had to say, which of these three members, absolutely have a solo album complete, definitely Jennie. Lisa, she's still nitpicking and fixing some things for her album, but I'm pretty sure her album is complete. She's just nitpicking. While Jisoo, I don't know. I feel like it could lean more towards work in progress, because I feel like Jisoo is relying too much on people, a team, somebody else order. I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure how to describe it. So hopefully that makes sense the best. Hopefully it makes sense to all of you. I'm trying to explain the best way I can. But yeah, let's move on to another question. Okay, for the next question, I'm not sure if this is my last question or not, because some of these questions I changed, some of them I dropped, some of them I reworded, yada yada yada. But next question is going to be like which Blackpink member is going to like break through more into like the Western audience and media? I feel like it's a good question too. Like I said before I even started this reading, the two members that I knew were Jennie, because I remember seeing her with something to do with like a weekend Netflix series or something like that. I remember seeing her that. I remember her face. I remember Jennie's face. Like out of all four of them, I remember Jennie's face. But I also recognize Rose only because Rose's hair is always dyed. That's how I recognize Rose. So those are the only two members that I knew from Blackpink, and like I barely knew them. Like I knew Jennie's name, I did not know Rose's name or Rose's name. I just knew that her hair color was always different from the other three. That's what I know. But anyway, so I pulled a card for each member to see like who's gonna break through more in the Western audience and media. So the first tarot card on the list represents Lisa, and she's gonna break through more into like the Western audience and media. So the first tarot card we have is the Star. No fucking way. Oh, excuse my language. Okay, Lisa. That's self-explanatory, baby. That's a star. Hope. All my hope, prayers, and manifestations are all coming true. So it looks like the first person on my list who's breaking through more in the Western audience and media will definitely be Lisa, because we got the Star card, and the Star card is upright. Basically like dreams coming true, fantasies becoming a reality, like hope, faith, your inspirations. I feel like Lisa is going to be taking, maybe what's going to help her break through into Western audience and Western media is she's going to take a lot of inspiration from, I guess, Western culture. So if it's music, so I'm going to guess she might align herself with what's popular or what's creative, what's hip, what's trending with the adolescents of Western culture, like what's they're into, like what's their algorithm of what they like and what they dislike. Maybe she might change up her style, her approach, her sound, just to fit more into Western music and what they like. Maybe that's going to help her really get in there. But whatever it is, it's going to work. It's going to work regardless. It's going to work. Okay, that was very, very quick. Okay, moving on to the second tarot card, which is going to represent Jisoo. Is Jisoo going to break into like the Western audience or Western media? So the second tarot card we have is the reverse Page of Wands. Oh, ooh. Okay. Something is not either, okay, for Jisoo, either something is not going to plan out well, which is going to allow her to enter the Western media, Western market or whatever, or the reverse page of wands can mean, oh, I didn't plan for all that. So it's either something's not planning out well for Jisoo, wherever she's trying to execute to get more into the Western media, the Western market, is not going to plan out right, or she willingly is not planning. She's like, oh, I'm not interested in, really trying to be like this super global star, or I'm not really trying to get into the Western market. Like, I didn't plan for all that. Like, it's given that. So it's either those two options. And there's that reverse page of wands. I just feel like there is not having. I just feel like for Jisoo, she's gonna have problems with trying to meet that same type of creativity or that same type of standard or fit in with the Western audience. I feel like there's a disconnect there of not being able to fit into that criteria or fit into that look or fit into that sound. I'm not sure. I feel like there's a little bit of that, but I'm not 100% sure if she cares or not. It doesn't feel like she cares. So I feel like okay, maybe if she does try it and it doesn't go well when it comes to her trying to get more into the Western audience, Western media or whatever, she's not gonna be that butthurt about it. She's like, okay, it's whatever. I tried. That didn't work. It's fine. So maybe I'm picking up a little bit of that. But so far for Lisa, I see her definitely being more in that spotlight when it comes to Western media. I can tell you that. And then for Jisoo, I don't think it's going to be executed correctly. And I don't think she really going to care. Like, she could try to get into the Western media. But if it doesn't happen, it's not going to bother her that much. Okay, moving on to the third tarot card, which represents Jennie. Is Jennie going to be able to, break through into the Western audience, the Western media, yada, yada, yada. So the third tarot card we have is Two of Cups. Okay. A partnership. I feel like Jennie already have some connections when it comes to the Western media, and this reminded me of what I said earlier about how I knew Jennie because of that weekend series or whatever. I think it's called the Idol series or Idol. I don't know what it was. I heard a lot of mixed reviews about it or whatever, but I feel like Jennie has connections. I feel like Jennie will be able to break into the Western audience, Western media, or tune just like Lisa, if she haven't already. I think Jennie, for her partnerships, her connections play a big role in what's going to allow her to easily get into the Western market. Because I feel like she already have good partnerships. She already knows some people. She got the connections already. Okay, so far, Lisa and Jennie, they can break through into the Western audience. Jisoo, no. But I don't think she's going to care. I feel like there's some disconnect when it comes to connecting or meshing well with what the Western media finds appealing or their Western audience found appealing versus Korean audience or other world audience. But yeah, so okay, so far two out of four so far will be able to break through into Western media, Western audience. So the last person we have, the last tarot card represents Rose. Will she be able to break through into the Western media, Western audience, Western market, yada yada yada. So the fourth tarot card we have is, oh shoot, reverse Knight of Cups. Oh no. Reverse Knight of Cups. That's being dissatisfied, disappointment. Things are not going my way. I want to be greedy. I want it all. I don't just want to be K-pop star. I don't just want to be Blackpink. I just don't want to be known in Korea or Europe. I want to also be known everywhere. I think Rose is not okay. So for Rose, I don't think she's going to be able to break fully into the Western market, Western media like Lisa and Jennie. And it's mostly because, well, I'm not sure it was mostly because I just feel like it might not happen. I feel like her being disappointed. She could try to break into the market, but it's going to be like disappointments, some failures there. But she really, really wants to. It's almost like it's part of the plan or it's part of the identity of being like solo for you to reach a audience beyond what you already have. Because like, if you think about it, the previous audience is connected to me because I'm in Blackpink. But if I'm solo, I can reach beyond that. So I can be more than just Blackpink if you think about it in that type of way. And I do feel like Rose might try to do like anything she can to break into the market. But it's not going to work. Well, I see failures and I see disappointment of things not going the way you want. So dang. So 2 out of the 4 members are able to break into the Western audience or Western media or whatever, but the other two cannot. So Jisoo, she can try. It might not go the way she wants to. Things are not executed. I do feel like Jisoo is not going to be able to connect or keep up with the type of sound, the look, the image that's very popular when it comes to Western audience, Western media. And I feel like she's okay with that. Like, she might try it once. If it doesn't go well, it's fine, so whatever. But for Rose, I do feel like she's gonna feel some type of way. Cause I feel like there's consistent trying to get into Western, like, it's consistent. She's gonna be doing so many different things, because it feels, I'm not gonna say Rose is greedy, like, oh, you're already successful here and there, like, do you really need to be successful in the West? Like, I'm not gonna downplay what she wants, her goals, aspirations, but I feel like there is this mentality I'm getting from this reverse 9 of Cups of, I guess you can say, entitlement. I'm not saying Rose or Rose is entitled. I'm just saying with that reverse 9 of Cups, when the reverse when the 9 of Cups is upright, it's all about being satisfied, being happy with all these luxuries, all these accolades that you acquired throughout your life, all these achievements, all these prized possessions. But when it's in reverse, is you want more. You want more beyond what you need, and that's giving a little bit entitled, a little bit I guess greedy. So I'm like, I feel like Rose gonna be feeling some type of way if she can't break into the Western audience. I feel like she's gonna be feeling some type of way, and she's gonna repeatedly try. She's going to repeatedly try soon, even though I feel like she should be satisfied when that time comes where her career is at, even if she's not able to break through like the other two members. Because like I said, I do see Lisa and Jennie breaking into the Western media market more and more. Jisoo, no. But that's my thing, like, Jisoo also, I like Jisoo's way of thinking. See, the more I'm doing these cards, the more I realize I vibe with Jisoo. I'm not gonna lie, I vibe with Jisoo. Because it's like, okay, I'll try it. Because I'd rather do it than say I never did it before or regret it in the future. So I'm gonna try it out. If I don't get into the Western market, it's whatever. I still got my audience here where I'm at. So it's whatever. I like Jisoo's ways of thinking. But Rose, I feel like Rose, she's not gonna be able to let it go. She's not gonna be able to accept defeat or accept that this might not happen for her. Because she sees her other two members, how it's happening for them, how it's even helping them career-wise or their image-wise or whatever. So yeah, dang. Okay, I guess that's all I have to say. I just did a speed run through all these members' cards, and so who are the members that are going to be able to break through more into the Western market? It's going to be Lisa and Jennie, and who is not is going to be Jisoo and Rose, which is unfortunate. And I feel like Rose is going to have the biggest problem with that versus Jisoo, who's like, okay, I tried it, don't really care. So I do feel like Rose is going to be feeling some type of way about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I think that's all the questions. That's all the questions I really wanted to answer, because I chalked some of the other questions, like I wanted to be petty and pull on this Lisa C. Rose, a secret competition. This not even a career question. I don't know why I put that down, so I'm not even going to pull cards on that. I also had a question of how does Jennie and Lisa feel about Rose's success with her single with Bruno Mars. I'm like, that's petty too. I'm not gonna pull on that either. And then I put something else about another question on, like, is Jennie gonna go back to acting and stuff like that. I don't know, that might be in the future, but I didn't pull on that either. I'm like, I don't really care. So yeah, I feel like, how many questions I did? I did 1, 2, okay, so I did questions on whose solo album is done and complete. I did a question on Jisoo when she's dropping a solo single before 2025, yada yada yada. I did one for Rose because I have not done public reading for Rose yet, so I wanted to have something for Rose in there. So I did Rose, what's next for her career wise after she drops the album. And then I pulled a card on, will any of the members break through to the Western market? And then I pulled a question on, like, what's the collective energy of the groups around 2025? So I don't know, I feel like that's a pretty good amount of questions. Like, I feel like it's a pretty good amount of questions in my opinion. I'm not sure if this is really gonna be a hour long or close to an hour. I don't know, but But that's gonna be it for now. Definitely comment below any type of proper career questions, because you gotta remember, I barely know anything about the Blackpink members, so these are my questions. So you guys probably have way better questions than I have. So definitely don't be afraid to drop them below, because I don't mind doing another reading. Because I definitely want to do another reading for Rose and her career, because I'm very interested on what is this thing that's going to happen. So yeah, definitely don't be afraid. Comment below your proper questions on Blackpink members in their careers, or what you guys want to know. This is what mostly I wanted to know. Like I said, I barely know anything about it, so this is what I wanted to know. I was curious about, but definitely comment below what you guys want to know when it comes to Blackpink members in their career. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.